Listen, I'm gonna be vulnerable for a minute here, okay?
I want to explain what it feels like to have ADHD for me. This is going to be a sort of personal deep dive that I hope helps someone.
If you have ADHD, I hope this video helps you understand you are not alone. If you know someone who has ADHD, I hope this video helps you understand the storm inside their heads. And if you haven't been diagnosed with ADHD, but you feel the check engine light has been on for a little too long, I hope this video gives you a little bit of clarity.
So, what does it feel like to have ADHD? Well, simply put, it's difficult. It's so hard, and I'm so tired. I'll probably be making a bunch of jokes during this video because that's how I cope with life in general. But this thing is so difficult, it's literally exhausting. ADHD hasn't quite been what people describe as superpower for me. Um, it's been more of a super burden. It's cost me jobs and opportunities and relationships and friends and even money. They don't call it the ADHD task for nothing. I am 45 years old and I am just starting to acquire a certain clarity as to how my brain works. And I'm trying to understand how to leverage that different brain capacity into a job that I want to do so that I don't starve. I'm trying to figure out what it is exactly that I want to do for the foreseeable future.
Part of the reason why I created this channel was literally to talk a little bit about this struggle, my everyday struggle. It's, God, it's not easy. It's not easy. But how do I feel, really? Well, guilty, for one. I'm constantly feeling guilty.
Here's the thing. Under regular circumstances, people will go to work, do their job, come back home, do it all over again tomorrow. And during their stint at work, they'll probably screw up once or twice.
And they'll either fix it and move on, or leave it as it is and move on. Most people will probably understand it's not a personal failure, and it doesn't mean that you suck as a person, and people will soon discover that you're useless and you shouldn't have been hired in the first place. But we don't. So in my last job, for example, I took a lot of the feedback as personal failures, mostly because I've received identical feedback in previous jobs. So, after the fourth or fifth time, it starts to ring a little true. And these personal failures put me in a weird sort of guilty mode at work, where I felt like my employer was doing me a favor by keeping me employed. This makes people like us very easy to exploit, and it actually made me perform even worse at work because I started saying, yes, I can do that, to everything, to make up for the fact that I had poor performance reviews earlier. And then I was unable to handle everything that I had just put on my plate, leading to more feedback, leading to eventually not being able to justify what I was doing in that company to begin with.
So, yes, guilty. Guilty for not working all 8 hours. Spoiler warning, studies indicate most people work 3 hours a day normally, so we can stop feeling bad about that specifically. Guilty for not texting someone back, which has now snowballed into losing a friend, because of course they now hate me since I stopped replying. Guilty for forgetting birthdays and special dates and all those times I said I would definitely like to come out for a beer, and then I forgot I made plans.
And all of this compounds. I don't know if the body keeps count, but I certainly do, and I constantly tell myself that I've let everyone down. Again. I was diagnosed 13 years ago, and I'm only just beginning to learn how to handle that. How to handle not feeling like a horrible person, and how to tell myself that I am not, in fact, a terrible human being. And how to handle the fact that a lot of people make these kinds of mistakes, but they don't ostracize themselves in the process. Because this is the kind of thing that causes me to eject everyone in my life and start anew every few years, because I can't imagine anyone would want to be around me for an extended period of time. Now, this is something that I've worked on quite successfully lately, but it's taken time, a lot of time, and it's not exactly healed, but I'm getting there. Tell me if you've heard one of these before. If you cared enough, you would have remembered. Or you just need to pay a little more attention. Or you would have been finished already if you just focused.
Oh, thank you. I just needed to focus. I'm healed. I am glad I don't have a condition that prevents me from literally doing that. I am saved. Number 2, ADHD makes me feel isolated. It's like living with your own little mental abuser inside your head, because there's an intense lack of support from people who don't understand or don't want to learn about the condition. Phrases such as, if you cared a little bit more, have taught me nothing. They haven't taught me how to create effective schedules. They haven't taught me how to self-motivate on a job. They haven't taught me how to create alerts so that I remember the tasks that I have to do. The only thing that they have taught me is that I can't trust the person who said it. And it would be easy if I didn't care, but I do. And I like some of these people and I need them in my life, but it hurts. And it makes me feel like the only way I can do this is by myself. And I can't. I need help. I need my friends. I need my family. I need my therapist.
And my dog. But he's never gonna say if you only tried a little harder, we would be out on walkies right now. So I've learned to enjoy my solitude and my life by myself, because this way I don't have to disappoint anyone or feel terrible that I chose the wrong restaurant or the wrong movie or the wrong career path.
And it's gotten to the point where living by myself is really my happy place, and this is the best way for me to thrive. But I also have to be very aware of the fact that hyperindependence is a trauma response. Number 3, I'm tired. I'm tired all the time. I'm tired of having to mask, to pretend I care about things that I don't. I am tired of overworking myself just because I constantly believe everyone else is working harder or more focused than I am, so I burn myself out to prove that I can do the job as well as everyone else. And I'm tired of having a great idea and actually wanting to work on it and then second guessing myself because I don't know if I'm going to be interested in this idea a week from now.
I've learned to not trust myself, and it's sad, because I could technically do anything I set my mind to, except that I don't know if my mind will be set on anything at any particular time.
So this channel, again, is part of that process, part of getting me to trust myself and my own ability to do things and follow through. And I guess number 4 is stuck. I am always stuck. On any given day, I will wake up and I will know what I want to do and who I want to talk to or who I want to be. And then I'll overthink myself into an action. And I'll feel the guilt and the isolation and the fatigue, and I'll be like, well, I'm not moving today then, and I'll self-care myself into another day of being in my safe space where nobody tells me I have not met expectations. And then that motivation will be gone and I won't know what to do or what I'm good at or how to help people even when I don't know how to help myself. And that's difficult.
And I'll collapse under the weight of the decisions I have to take to make sure I leave a mark on something other than my couch.
We feel things intensely and we love just as hard, and that's a superpower. We are our own worst enemies sometimes though, and that's the part we need to start chipping away.
'Cause we didn't put that wall there, but it's certainly not gonna go away on its own. Because a mental disorder is not your fault, but it is your responsibility.
And the problem with all of this is that it is fake. Your brain is lying to you. People care, and you're doing a good job, and you're on the right path for you, and it's going to take as long as it needs to take because it's a very personal journey. And if I'm the person to tell you this for the first time today, just remember there's a lot of us out there who are constantly trying to find our tribe. Because living with this thing is so difficult, and it's even more difficult when you don't really grasp how difficult it actually is, and you'll punish yourself by saying things like, it's not that bad, or I really should just focus more, or it happens to everyone. That was my personal favorite. Sure, maybe it happens to everyone, but never at the intensity that it happens to us.
So be as kind to yourself as possible. Try to be the person you needed when you were growing up. We're all in this together.
I'll be making new videos every week with strategies on how to deal with these feelings. If you have anything specific you want me to address, let me know in the comments. I definitely do not have all the answers, but I do have the curiosity to go and find them.